Well, hello again, fight fans, and welcome to another edition of the Speed Bag. Today, a little segment I like to call We Could Have a Problem Here. So let's talk about those knees that Gegard Mousasi landed on Chris Weidman and the total debacle that followed at UFC 210 in Buffalo. And while we're at it, let's also talk about the response from the commission in neighboring New Jersey, which was quick to blame the whole mess on the lack of instant replay, which it was the first to adopt, and also on the new rules for what constitutes a downed fighter, which New Jersey did not accept. First off, let's take a moment to appreciate the A-level troll game of the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. Because it used to be that, Newark was a hot spot for the UFC to go to. It was as close as it could get to the money mecca of Manhattan. But now that MMA is sanctioned in New York, why get mugged outside the Prudential Center when you can get run over by a cab outside Madison Square Garden? Point is, New Jersey could understandably be feeling a little left out, and after the New York Commission didn't come out looking so great at UFC 210, for several reasons, you knew New Jersey was going to pounce on that with a quickness. But lest we dismiss the jabs about grounded fighters and instant replay as just, pure sour grapes, we owe it to everyone to ask, does Jersey have a point here? On instant replay, the answer is an obvious yes. Why not use instant replay if you got it, right? We're all going to be looking at the replay when we decide whether or not the ref just screwed up, so why not give that ref the same opportunity? Plus, stuff happens pretty fast in there in the octagon, and with the rules of MMA, sometimes the difference between a legal strike and an illegal one is a difference of millimeters. That brings us to the second point, the grounded fighter rule. The update to the unified rules says that in order to be considered a grounded fighter and therefore escape legal knees and kicks to the dome, a fighter must have both feet and both palms or fists all the way on the ground. No more of this just, one fingertip grazing the surface of the mat and you get away with it, which initially seemed to be an improvement, right? We were all tired of guys just extending a pinky out there and getting away with it. It seemed like playing the game, right? Nobody was a fan of that. But you look at it in action and you have to admit, yeah, that is asking a lot of the ref. Dan Miragliotta had just fractions of a second to determine, was Weidman all the way down as a grounded fighter? Did he have, both palms firmly down on the mat? Was it just fingers on one hand? Did it come up at the precise moment that he got kneed, or did it come up right before he got kneed? What was the cuticle situation? And see, the more items you add to that checklist, the greater the chances that we're going to screw it up somewhere along the line. This is MMA, where guys can get poked in the eye right in front of all of us, and it can often go unremarked upon. So as much as I hate to admit it, maybe New Jersey is actually right. Maybe the update to the grounded fighter rule is not a great idea. Maybe we're just making the already difficult rule even worse. And maybe we have yet to see just how bad it can get.